This
be
conference will now be recorded.
really worth what I mean to say. Okay. So I'll be starting a new topic today, guys. One second, guys. Yeah, I'm back. So there was a call which I need to attend. Okay. So I'm done with it. Let me start a new topic for the day. I hope recording is there. Everyone can see the screen. Confirm me on that. Right? Perfect. Thank you very much. So guys, I'll be starting a concept of time, speed, and distance. And if you ask me, there are a lot of things which we need to discuss under concept of time, speed, distance. There is a topic called as train, which is a regular part of AMCAT paper, and we are expecting that into your Wipro examination. There is a question on boat and stream that may be asked. Then we have a question based upon relative speed. That could be one of the concept of very interesting. Generally, in the examination, people ask a question on that. And on the top of it, we also have some regular general concept of time, speed, distance, the formula based question, what we call it as. So the lot more to discuss here, guys. So one by one, we'll be starting all three of them. Done. I'll be starting today's class with the type 1 problem. And this type of problem is based upon relation between time, speed, and distance. I need not to tell you this, guys. I hope a lot of my people are aware about there is a relation between time, speed, and distance. Means if time will vary, speed will remain constant, then distance will change. Or when time will vary, distance will remain constant, then the speed will change. So if you make a change in one, keeping the other constant, the third quantity will definitely change. And there is a definite relation between them, which I hope all of you are aware about this, that there is something called as distance is directly proportional to time, right? Keeping this is very important, keeping speed as constant. So one thing I want all of you to understand is that the third quantity always remain constant. Let me understand the same statement in normal life. What I'm trying to say that, let's say Saurabh is traveling with a constant speed. Let's say he's traveling on his bike and he's traveling with a constant speed. I hope all of you are able to imagine, right? He's traveling with his Royal Enfield and his speed is constant, 60 km per hour. Can I say that if he has to travel more distance, he will take more time? If he has to travel less distance, he will take less time. This kind of relationship is called as directly proportional. Why we call it as directly proportional means whatever effect is happening on distance, the same effect will happen on time. More distance, more time; less distance, less time. So we call that distance is directly proportional to time. Now let's keep the second. I've kept speed as constant. Now let me keep distance as constant. When distance is constant, there will be a relationship will be given between two of the terms. Which are the two terms I have? I have something called as speed and I have something called as distance. These are the two things where we have to find the relationship. Right, guys? So when we talk about the relationship between speed and distance, sorry, speed and time, it will be. Speed and time, it will be. My bad. Yeah, distance is constant. So you only think about it. Let's say the distance is same. Means I'm daily going from my home to office. That distance remains the same always. I'm saying that my distance is same. Done. What will happen in terms of your speed and time? Can you say that when I change the speed, means when I increase the speed, I'm going from my home to office and I'm increasing my speed. Can you say that that day I'll reach home early? Means I'll be like taking less number of time. I will be taking less time than we used to take earlier, right? Means the speed increase, time will decrease. Or when speed will decrease, obviously time will increase. So such kind of relationship we call it as inversely proportional. What do we call it as? Inversely proportional to each other. Or you can write it in other way around also. Is that okay? Same thing goes in the third part of story. When I'm keeping time as constant, distance and time will be there. Sorry, distance and speed will be there. This again, more distance, you have to take less, more speed, less distance, you have to cover the less speed if you have only 1 hour to travel. So this again a direct relationship. So this relationship will be deciding the things going forward. So if you talk about it, I can directly say that distance is directly proportional to both time and speed. Both time and speed. So from here we'll get the formula. Saying that distance is equal to speed into time. Distance is equal to speed into time. Keeping one as a constant here. Is that clear to all of you? Similarly, when we talk about the another formula, if we talk about the another formula here, you guys can tell it very clearly. In this case, either I can keep speed constant, then time will be variable, or time constant, then speed will be variable. That's how this formula comes. So when I talk about the second one, this speed we have already discussed. Let me talk about the second part of story. That is called as speed. Speed will be equal to distance by time. Here distance is equal to constant, then it will be distance by time. That's the formula we talk about here. I hope you are able to see the transformation from proportionality to the formula. And the third one will be nothing but we call it as time. Time will be also equal to distance by speed. Distance keeping constant altogether. So these are the three formulas which will be related by a triangle here. Distance on the top, time and speed. So when we talk about this, you can always cover one of the quantity. If you're covering distance, you'll be getting distance equal to speed into time. If you're covering time, you'll be getting distance by speed. If you're covering speed, you'll be getting distance by time. So these are the three formulas which can be related by this triangle itself. So I hope I'm clear with this small understanding about the topic before going forward, right? I hope you guys have made the note of this. Shall I go next? Guys, shall I go next? Are you guys listening to me? This is quite boring because this all almost everything you guys know. Only for my understanding, I'm just brushing it up so that when we talk about these terms, you should not be blank. That's the only reason of me brushing all the concept all together, right? Okay, so generally whenever we talk about this kind of formula, the questions are based upon this formula will be there in a topic called as train problem. Now, what is this train problem? Train problem is nothing but it's a story when we talk about it's a story when a train is crossing another object. It's a story when a train is crossing another object. Now, whenever we talk about this topic, this just 15-minute topic. If you give me your 15-minute, I'll make sure that you'll never get confused in this topic again. This very simple 15-minute topic. Provided you guys will concentrate for next 15 minutes, I'll make sure that next going forward, you'll never get any doubt in this train. So now understand this train problem will be there where there is a train and there is an object. Object could be anything. I'll explain about the object later. Let's say I have a train called as Rajdhani Express and I have an object called as a man whose name is Roshan. And let's say we talk about this two person and this two story. Let's say the train is moving like this and Roshan is standing. There will be another case when a train is moving and Roshan is also moving. So I'll entirely distinguish and make sure that you guys will understand the topic completely. So let me tell that, let's say when a train is crossing object, a train is crossing object. Obviously, I'll give you distance, I'll give you time, then I'll ask you the speed, or I'll give you time and speed, then I'll ask you distance, or I'll give you speed and distance, then I'll ask you time. So this will be again the same relationship which I discussed 5 minutes ago with you. That same triangle relationship. I hope you guys are aware about it. I need not to talk about this again, right, guys? All of you agree with me? So that straight simple structure of the questions are there. Super. So let me go into my way of doing the problem. I'll divide the topic. I'll divide the topic, and base of my division will be type of object. So this topic will be divided on the based type of object, on the basis of object in two type. In how many type, guys? In two type. Which are the two type? One type when we are talking about point object, and another one we talk about broader object. Are you guys getting what I'm trying to discuss here? Because I'm not able to directly see you guys what you guys are doing, but at least can I expect that my people are understanding what I'm talking here, guys? Right? Is that point is clear to all of you? So this entire topic of this train problem will be divided into two parts. One is called as a train with a point object, another is called as train with a broader object. So whenever we talk about train with a point object, generally what do I mean by point object? That will be another point of discussion, right? So whenever we talk about a point object, means an object whose length is not comparable as compared to the object whose point is not comparable as compared to the train. Let's say if I talk about any of the train, minimum length of the train will be something around 50 meters or 60 meter or 100 meter. So whenever we talk about any object which is of length maximum of 1 meter, so these kind of objects are called as point object. Or let me give you more visualization. Let's say we have a train and I have a man. Let's say this gentleman is here. And whenever we talk about this, hardly how much centimeter I'll covering it up when I'm standing on a platform. Hardly I can say that 30 centimeter or 40 centimeter, not even 1 meter. So with respect to the train, I'm a point object. I'm a point object. Is that clear to every one of you? A man, a woman, uh, uh, we can call it as a traffic lamp, we can call it as pole, we can call it as tree, We can call it as a bicycle also. Anything whose length will be less than 1 meter is called as point object with respect of a train. If that point is clear to all of you? Guys, I'm looking for your response here. I hope you guys know that I want to talk to my people, right? Thank you, Aishwarya. And other people, I hope you guys are listening to me, all of you are understanding. I'm just building a topic. I'm not completed anything. I'm just starting this one from beginning, right? Thank you guys. So I hope everyone are very much clear about it. You guys have some idea also. I'm pretty sure you guys have some idea about this point object and broader object. So I'll be again getting into the discussion from the same point. See this. Whenever we talk about point object, my people have understood the point object. The varieties of point object available. Whenever we hear a term called as man, or when we call it as a woman, or when we call it as a pole, pole is very famous. Almost 3 out of 10 question will are having pole only. Then we have a traffic light. Then you have a tree. Then anything that could be a bicycle also. Though bicycle look big, but it is not more than 1 meter in the length. So bicycle or scooter or anything, these all are called as point object. Okay, so I hope you guys will be able to make a difference when you heard this problem or when you heard this term. Now, whenever we talk about this point object, now on the basis of its motion, we have two type of problem in point object. Which are the two type of problem? Problem number one, when object is at rest, and the second one is that when object is in motion. So I hope you have able to understand. Train problem is broadly divided into two part. Point object one and a broader object one. I've not spoken about broader object yet. I'm only talking about point object. The point object inside also divided into two part. A point object which is at rest and a point object which is in motion. So now one by one we'll be learning this. Now I'm focusing upon this type of problem. When a point object is at rest. How does the question look like? It says that a train crosses a pole in 36 seconds if speed of the train is 90 km per hour. What would be length of the train? What could be the length of the train? So I have told you this is a plain question on the formula which we have discussed, that is time, speed, and distance formula. Let me map this problem with the formula. If you talk about it, I hope everyone able to see that time is directly given here. Time is directly given, right? What is the time given here, people? If you can read the document, can you please tell me what is the time given? Give me a minute, guys. So I hope everyone able to see that we have a time is equal to 36 seconds, right, guys? And then we have something called as time is missing, and then we have speed is also given directly. Speed is given something called as 90 kilometer per hour, right? Then we have something called as this is second, this is r. I hope everyone able to see that. The biggest challenge is that this unit conversion, I will not take much time here. I'll be just giving you this, that 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 5 by 18 meter per second. How we have got this, we'll be discussing in the coming class. We'll be discussing in the coming class, right, people? I'm not getting into detail of this. Perfect. So before doing any calculation, remember this, before doing any calculation, you always have to match the unit. So what you have to do, you have to convert this speed into meter per second so that your calculation will be done. Otherwise, converting this into R will be difficult. S is equal to 90 into 5 by 18. This is 5. So this will become 25 meter per second. Now we are good to go with my formula. What is the formula for distance? Distance is equal to speed into time. What is speed here, guys? Speed is 25. 25 into 36. Who will tell me the answer quickly? Perfect, guys. Perfect. Guys, give me a minute. I'll be there with you. Try this question which I'm writing. Guys, I'll be writing the question. Yeah, I was in mute. Sorry. Guys, could you please help me out to solve this problem? Because this is pretty similar. Perfect, guys. Perfect, Manju. I'm very happy. Anyone else who has got the answer? Make sure, guys. Make sure, guys. Make sure, guys. Don't give it in. Don't don't give it into the fraction. Don't give it in fraction. Always don't give it in the decimal. Always give the answer in fraction. So whatever Manju has given is fine. Pratik, I don't accept this kind of answer because this will be wrong. I'll tell you why it is wrong also. Okay. Yes, Pratik, I'll explain why it is wrong. Give me a minute. I made the same mistake in my CAT examination once. I'll tell you the reason behind it. No, no, no. I was on mute. I was on mute. I was talking on mute. Don't mind. I was talking, but I was on. Yes, I'm really sorry. I got into another another call, so don't mind this. I kept you guys waiting. So I want you guys to understand these three things. Always remember these three things will be always like this. The distance will be always the length of the track. The all time, always you have to, time will be given in second, and then speed will be given into unit conversion. You're always to do the unit conversion. Which is always that it will be given in kilometer per hour. You have to do it into uh, meter per second. I hope you guys are aware about the conversion. So I I hope I hope everyone understood. Out of the three quantity, two will be always given, and the third we have to find. So this pretty simple. This is pretty this very easy. This very easy. You only have to take care of these things. Now I'll explain about this one. Give Guys, I'll explain about this in a moment. By 5 o'clock, I'll be available and we'll be talking properly. Bear with me till 5 o'clock. So, let's talk about the second point here. Let's talk about the second point. Yes, I got into unplanned call that was not scheduled earlier. Don't mind this. The two things I was trying to discuss here, guys, where I've been off the track. Number one, that this distance. See, whenever it is in rest, it will not make much of the disturbance in the mind. We can directly imagine that there is a train, and we can directly say that there is a person who is crossing, who is standing. He's not moving. If he's not moving, obviously there is only one thing which is moving. There is only one thing which is moving. That's a train. And whenever this is the engine, in order to cross this person, I hope you guys are there with me. Just give me a confirmation because there was a gap of almost 10 minutes here. So could you please guys confirm on this point whether you can hear me or not? Every one of you. Pratik is there with me? No. Manju? Aishwarya? Yeah, thank you very much. So Aishwarya is the one who is missing. Lady, you there? Oh, yeah, she's there. She's there. So what I was trying to discuss here is that it's pretty simple when one person is not moving, only one person is moving. Then you can pretty sure you can say that when I'm crossing this, when this train is crossing me, means the last compartment of the train, which is here, has to come somewhere here, and the train has to look something like this. Then I can say that this train already crossed me. And in order to cross this distance, in order to cross this man, the train has actually traveled this much distance. The tail of the train has traveled this much distance. The head of the train has also traveled this much distance. So can I say that the complete train has covered a distance which is equal to length of the train. A distance which is equal to length of the train. So I hope my people are very much aware. You guys are very much aware here that distance will be the length of the train. Rest all conversation, all the conversion, you are very much aware. I will not be explaining that. I'll be getting into the second point, which is more more of a kind of interest, I can say that. For the more of kind of interest, that is called as whenever point object is moving. Whenever point object is moving. Am I good guys here? All of you? Whenever a point object is moving, then something which I want you people to be with me and confirm whether you guys are able to follow or not. Let's say a train is moving like this. Another person, let's say this person whose name is Roshan, he's also moving, and both of them are moving in same direction. So whenever we talk about movement, there will be two type of movement possible: when both of them are moving in same direction and when both of them are moving in different direction. So this is something like this. Now my question is that what will be the distance in this case? What will be the distance covered in this case? What could be the distance covered in this case? That is what is the question I want to ask my people. Guys, have you heard my question? All of you heard my question. This is pretty interesting question which I want to ask you. So let's say, imagine about this. There is a train. There is a person who is standing on the platform. Now train is also moving. Person is also moving. In this case, what could be the distance traveled? In the previous case, the distance travel was equal to the length of the train, right? So what could be the distance travel in this case? I have both direction with you. Same direction as well as opposite direction. You give it into both direction. Oh, is Manju says that sum of the speed of both. Is it possible, Manju? How comes? See, you are saying that sum of speed of both means, let's say one is moving at 18 km/h, another one is moving with 50 km/h. Now you only think and tell me, 18 plus 15 is 68 km/h. Whether distance can be km/h, you only tell me. Is it possible that distance can be km/h? It is not possible, right? Distance will be only kilometer, meter, or second, right? So it cannot be the sum of the distance. No issues. See, this is what I love the most about my class. When my people talk to me, when they give their answer, let it be. If you are wrong, I'll correct you then and there. And if I know the reason, I'll tell you also why you are wrong here. Any other try, guys? Any other try? So Pratik is saying that opposite direction is length of the train. Oh, is it? And how about in the same direction? Okay, so let me tell you one thing very clearly. And this is the place where my people get confused. Let it be opposite direction, let it be same direction. None of the case it will be equal to the length of the train. None of the case it will be equal to the length of the distance will never equal to length of the why it cannot be the length of the train. I hope everyone understand. Whenever a train is moving like this and a person is also moving, let's say this fellow will also travel some of the distance when they are moving in opposite direction, and he will help this fellow to travel some of the distance. This fellow will also travel some of the distance. So total distance, if you talk about the absolute distance, it will be never equal to length of the train. It will be never equal. Same thing goes in the same direction also. It will be less in this case and it will be more in this case, because this will increase some distance. I hope now you're able to visualize. This fellow has already traveled, so this fellow, if it is here right now, he's here, so this fellow has to travel complete distance from here till here. So if you talk about absolute distance, it will never equal to length of the train. And when you have to get into the calculation of the distance, it will become very difficult for you to commit something here, guys. So what to do here is the main important thing. So let me tell you this pretty simple trick here. The trick says that I will not move both body. The problem is happening when we are talking about the both bodies are moving. So we will not move both of the bodies. That's a pretty simple trick. So let the question saying that both of them are moving, but we will use a concept. By which we will keep one object at rest, at which we'll keep one object at rest. And this concept we call it as relative speed. So I'll not get into the complication of when two bodies are moving. I'll not use that. I'll use a concept of relative speed. And I hope every one of you understand, since there are two movements, there will be two type of relative speed of same direction, and then we have relative speed of different direction. Now, right now you just understand, in same direction, you always do S1 minus S2. Why? I will explain later. In different direction, it is S1 plus S2. Why? I'll explain later. I'll 100% explain in a topic of relative speed. I don't want to waste your time here. Okay. Right now, my people will say that relative speed in same direction is S1 minus S2. Relative speed in different direction is S1 plus S2. And let me tell you, whenever you're doing this, you think logically also. Whenever we are doing this, two speeds, let's say 90 and 54, the difference will be only one speed. Or summation will be also one speed. This is just logic I'm telling you. So two speed will become one speed, means one body has to be at rest. One body has to be at rest. You keep train at rest or you keep body at rest, does not matter. Anyone you can keep it at rest whenever you're using relative speed, which means that by default you are keeping one speed at rest. And whenever Einstein has given this relativity theory, he also assumed while deriving this formula that one fellow or one object has to be at rest. So this is pretty much easy for me now. Whenever two bodies are moving, I'll make their speed one. How I can make their speed one? Either by using relative speed of same direction or relative speed of different direction, and it will become one, means only one body is moving, one distance, one time, and then we know how to solve the problem. We have seen the previous problem very easily, to be solved very easily, right, my people? Can I get into the problem solving? I want to give you another 30 seconds here to digest everything which I have spoken just now, and tell me that whether you have understood this or not, or you have any doubt. Pratik confirms that he is okay with this. Anyone else? So you guys understood the pretty idea here. What is my idea? Idea is very simple. See, whenever two bodies are moving, I am not able to calculate the distance properly. So I'll not think about a situation when two bodies are moving. I'll always make one body at rest. Let it be in motion or not. If it is in motion, I'll use the concept of relative speed, which make one body at rest. And when it is rest, it's very simple formula of normal speed. So are we good here, guys? So to summarize this, it's this kind of problem is also relate calculation of relative speed plus old problem. Calculation of relative speed plus old problem. All the step of old problem will come into picture. Only extra step I have to do is that in the beginning you calculate and make the speed same. Let's see a question so that you'll understand in better. See to this, guys. What I was talking. Okay. A train is traveling with speed of 50 kilometer per hour will cross a man traveling in opposite direction with the speed of 4 kilometer per hour. How much time it will take? If total distance, if length of train is how much? 250 meters. I believe you guys can able to solve this problem. All of you can able to solve this problem. Trust me, everyone. It is not a big deal now. Now you understood the trick. If you have heard me properly. Shall I wait for you or shall I give you the solution? Manju is the one who's got the answer first. Very good. Aishwarya is not giving answer today. What happened to you, lady? You used to be very participative in the class earlier. Is any challenge today? You're not understanding the topic or anything like that? Pratik, how about you? Another two people, I don't know much about you guys. So I want you also to be participating in the class. So it's pretty simple. I can understand it. If you guys understand the concept, you will definitely get the answer and will give me the answer. Only two problem is there. Either you have not understood the things or you don't want to solve. You're a lazy fellow. And both is a issue. Let me help you how you can solve. Let me solve one question and I'll give you another question of similar type. Let's say this is the train, this is a person. This fellow is moving and both of them moving in opposite direction. The speed of this fellow is 4 kilometer per hour. And this is something called as 50 kilometer per hour. Length of the train is 250 meters. If both of them are moving, I don't like the scenario. I want one fellow to be at rest. So let's say keep this fellow at rest. If I keep this fellow at rest means I have to calculate the relative speed of this train. What is the relative speed of the train in opposite direction? You have to opposite direction means you have to add. So this will become 54 kilometer per hour. Perfect. Distance is how much? 250 meters. Now this is like a old problem only. What is missing? Time. Time is equal to distance by speed. But before using the formula, I have to convert this into meter per second. So this is 54 into 5 by 18. So this is 3, right? So this will be how much? This will be how much? This is 15 meter per second. Perfect, Aishwarya. So this is 15 meter per second here, guys. Now speed I know, and this is also in meter. Now I can use the concept. This is 250 divided by 15 meter per second. This is meter per second will go on the top. Meter will cancel out each other. So this is 550 and this is 3. So again you are getting 50 by 3 second. 50 by 3 second. Now I'll come back to the concept. Thank you, Rupanjali. So 50 by 3 second will never equal to 16.33 second. That is what who said? This is what Pratik has said. I'll tell you why it is not equal to 15.33 second. See, whenever we do this calculation, we take the base of the number as a decimal. Base of the things is decimal. This is decimal, and it will be done on the base is equal to 10. It is done on the base is equal to 10. Is that clear to every one of you? This is a bit of high level understanding. I just want to give you the brief common man understanding about it. So what is the exactly meaning of 0.33? What is the exactly meaning of 0.33? 0.33 second means 0.33 second means if you convert into nanosecond or other second, it will be not exactly equal to the this has to be equal to 1 by 3 second, right? Or you said it is 0.66, right, Pratik, last time? So this will be something called as 2 by 3 second. Here it is pretty simple, that is 2 by 3. But 2 by 3 second, if you want to convert into nanosecond or other second, it will be not as good as the one which we have done it into the other one, because here the conversion from hour to minute to second is done by multiplying or dividing by 60. Is done by multiplying and dividing by 60. Let me give you one example which will make this thing clear to you. Sorry guys, background noise is there. Let me have 20 by 3R. What is the meaning of 20 by 3R? Let me take this example so that things will be much clearer to you. If that is the case, you will say that this is 6.33 hours, right? On the same logic what Pratik has used earlier. According to this, if you go back into the proper division, this will be 20, this will be 6, 18, this will be 2. This I'll put it here down. Sorry, it is not 6, 3, 6, 6. So according to you, this has to be 6.66 hours, which is never equal to 6.66 hour, because 0.66 hour is more than half hour. More than half hour. 0.66 hour, according to my understanding, is more than half hour, right? But actually, more than half hour will be something around 32 minutes or 33 minutes or something like that, right? But whenever we do this calculation, 2 by 3 hours into minute is nothing but this. Convert hour into minute and do this one off, which is equal to 40 minutes, which is equal to 40 minutes. which is nothing, nowhere near to 20 or 32, 33, 34. And the reason of this is that here the multiplication and division is not done by 10. Decimal is having a base of 10. Here the base itself is changed to 60. So never calculate the answer of time in terms of decimal. That one thing which I want you people to understand it very clearly. So is that discussion is clear to all of you, whether all of you have understood this one? And I'll tell you, because of this, I've been on 99 point some percentile in my CAT examination. Otherwise I could have got perfect 100 percentile in quantitative aptitude. And this some silly mistake which we always does. You also do some more calculation of this sort, and then you'll understand. In time, always calculation happen on the base of 60, not base of 10. So decimal conversion of time is always wrong. It might be sometime right, but all 99% time it's wrong. Are we good here, people? Everyone of you understood this calculation? Anyone have any doubt? If I change the value, if I do the calculation in a different way around, if I say that, let's say this speed is something called as 40 kilometer, and this speed is 4 kilometer, and instead of same opposite direction, if I make it as same direction, are you able to solve the problem? Are you able to solve the problem? Can you give me the answer in this case? Guys, can I expect the answer? Pratik has given me answer. Aishwarya, very good. Aishwarya is the first one today to give me the answer. Good one. How about Manju? You become delayed this time. Rupanjali, and who else is there with me? There's one more person with me. Saurabh, brother, I have not heard from you. Are you understanding that discussion which I'm doing with you? Anyone have any doubt? This is the last question I'm doing in the class for the day today. So if you have any doubt, you can pretty much ask about it. Shall I explain this question to you? And they're moving in same direction means first step is that I have to calculate the relative speed. Relative speed this time will become subtraction of both, will be nothing but equal to 36 km per hour. Whenever I got it, now it's pretty simple. I have to just convert this kilometer into meter per second. 36 km into meter per second will be 5 by 18. For now, you just keep it like this. Keep it like this, 5 by 18 meter per second. And this 18 to ja, and this will become 10 meter per second. Distance is how much? Distance is how much? Distance is 250 meter. Perfect. So time will be equal to distance by speed, which is equal to 250 whole divided by 10. 0, 0 cancel, meter per second, and meter will cancel, divided by meter, meter cancel, left out will be nothing but this. I think this will go on the top and multiply. This is meter per second. So this will be something called as 25 second, my people. This 25 second, not 22 for 450 by 23. I think you have to check your calculation, Rupanjali. Somewhere down the line you made a mistake. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Our technical class, I'll check with Idris and inform you in the group, whether it's alternatively or every day at 9 p.m. Okay, I'll inform you guys. I'm not sure about it. So this is all, but aptitude class will be daily, 4 o'clock, same link. I want you to have 1 week of time with me, 1.5 hour daily, and let's learn something new for the day every day. I'm not saying that you might have learned a lot of things today, but at least you got the clarity in terms of your concept today, why we are doing this, and how we can solve the problem without mistake. See, unless you're a human being, you get it wrong. I'm not saying that you always 100% time you'll do it right, but at least clarity is coming in the concept or not. That's what I want to understand. Is that okay, guys? Whether everyone understood whatever I discussed? So thank you, guys. So if you understood, acknowledge the things. Perfect. Thank you, Rupanjali. And I'm expecting other people, those who are able to give the answer. You guys are understanding the things properly. We'll see you guys tomorrow by 4 o'clock. Till then, tada, bye bye. Okay, thank you, people. Thank you.